Welcome to the Sissy Training Institute, a fictional academy devoted to feminine refinement, etiquette, and posture. Our stories are works of fiction, created to inspire confidence, grace, and self-expression. But every lesson shared here, from behavioral training to beauty routines, is real and empowering. Viewer discretion is advised. The corridor outside the headmaster's office was silent, except for the faint ticking of the long case clock. I stood before the great oak doors, my folded apology trembling in my hands. Every breath felt heavy, every second endless. The gold crest above the doorway shimmered faintly in the afternoon light. I tried not to stare, but it was impossible to ignore the weight of it. Deveraux Manor, discipline, grace. My palms were damp against the envelope. Mistress Eugène's words echoed in my mind. You will deliver it yourself, and you will look him in the eye when you do. The thought made my knees weak. I straightened, fixing my posture just as she'd taught me. Shoulders back, chin lowered, hands together. The clock chimed once. It was time. I lifted my hand and knocked. The doors opened with a sound softer than I expected. A long, low sigh of polished hinges. The air inside the office was cooler, touched by cedar and paper. The headmaster stood behind a grand mahogany desk, the afternoon light tracing the sharp lines of his suit. He didn't look up immediately. Instead, he finished writing something with deliberate strokes. I waited, still and small, in the doorway.
Close the door, Miss Lily.
The weight of his voice filled the room. I obeyed instantly, the sound of the latch echoing behind me.
You've brought your apology.
I stepped forward and lowered into a curtsy, offering the folded letter with both hands. Yes, Headmaster. He took it, eyes calm and unreadable, and placed it upon the desk without glancing down. The silence that followed was heavier than any words.
Kneel there and keep your head bowed until I finish reading,
he said at last. I did. The rustle of parchment was the only sound. I kept my head bowed, eyes fixed on the polished floor as the headmaster unfolded my letter. Every heartbeat seemed to echo in my chest. He read in silence. The room was so still I could hear the quill rolling gently against the edge of his desk. I wanted to speak, to apologize again, but the weight of the moment pinned me in place.
You rewrote this 3 times,
he said at last. His voice wasn't unkind, simply observant.
You crossed out the word shame and replaced it with correction. Why?
My voice trembled. Because I wished to learn from it, not hide from it, Headmaster. There was a pause. Then the faintest hint of approval touched his tone.
A wise answer. Regret is weakness when it stands still, but strength when it moves forward.
He folded the letter again, the parchment whispering like a sigh. When he finally set the letter down, I dared to lift my eyes for a moment. His expression hadn't changed. Composed, patient, impossible to read.
Tell me, Lily, do you believe a maid's fault is corrected through words?
He said slowly. I hesitated. My voice came out smaller than I intended. No, Headmaster, it is corrected through action. He circled the desk with measured steps. The faint click of his shoes on the polished floor seemed to fill the room.
And yet, you wrote with such care. You rewrote this letter 3 times. That is not vanity. It is intention. You wish to be seen not as a servant, but as a student of grace. Am I right?
I swallowed hard. Yes, Headmaster. He stopped behind me. I could feel the weight of his gaze. Not cruel, but deliberate.
Then stand. Let us see what you have learned,
he said, his tone like silk drawn taut. The headmaster moved slowly, each step deliberate. I kept my eyes lowered, following the faint pattern of sunlight on the floor.
When you polish a surface, Lily, you are not cleaning it. You are showing respect to what reflects you,
he said softly. He gestured toward the silver goblet on his desk.
Take it.
I obeyed, the metal cool against my hands. My reflection shimmered across it, pale, nervous, imperfect.
Now, Make it flawless. Show me how a maid redeems a fault.
I began to polish. Slow, circular strokes. Every motion felt heavier than the last, not from the task, but from what it meant. When I finally stopped, the goblet glowed like glass. The headmaster leaned closer, studying the mirrored surface.
Better, not perfect, but better. You are learning the weight of your own grace.
When I placed the goblet back on the desk, I could barely meet his eyes. The room felt impossibly still again, the air heavy with sunlight and silence.
Tell me, what did you feel this morning when you were corrected in front of the others?
The headmaster said quietly. My throat tightened. Embarrassed, headmaster, and disappointed and in myself. He nodded once, pacing slowly beside me.
And now?
Grateful, sir. It reminded me that I'm here to learn, not to hide from my flaws. He stopped, turning toward the window. The light traced the edge of his suit in gold.
Good. There is strength in confession. But strength is nothing without refinement. You will remember that.
I bowed my head. Yes, headmaster.
Then we are finished for today.
His tone was soft, final, yet forgiving. For a long moment neither of us spoke. The golden light had softened to a quiet haze, brushing the edges of the desk and the floor beneath my feet. The headmaster turned slightly toward me, his tone low but even.
You have learned the meaning of obedience, Lily, not through fear, but through grace.
I lowered my head. Thank you, headmaster. He stepped closer, the faint scent of cedar following him.
Remember this, correction is not cruelty. It is the art of shaping what is already worthy.
His hand rested briefly on my shoulder, not stern but steady.
Your mistakes will be recorded, yes. But so will your progress. I see potential in you. Do not waste it.
I felt the words settle deep within me, heavy but comforting. Yes, headmaster. He withdrew his hand, and for the first time I felt the faintest flicker of pride. The corridor outside his office felt different now, quieter, softer, as if the entire manor breathed in harmony with me. I closed the door gently behind me and stood still for a moment, letting the silence settle. Mistress Eugène was waiting at the far end, her cane resting lightly at her side. Sissy Dahlia stood just behind her, hands folded, eyes warm with quiet pride. "He forgave me, mistress," I said softly. A small smile curved her lips.
Then remember this feeling. It is not the end of your correction, Lily. It is the beginning of refinement.
Dahlia stepped forward, touching my hand lightly. I nodded, my heart lighter than it had been all day. As we walked down the corridor together, the last glow of sunset followed us, soft, golden, and full of promise.